Some that I hear quite a lot, and I don't like it, is the downplay of the everyday average man, the average working brother. So I want to discuss the power of the average man and the things you may not recognize and the things that they don't want you to see. That's why narrative get painted as if everybody making so much money at their everyday job. Whew, it's rough. So we live in a world today that constantly tells the average man he not enough. He not tall enough. He not rich enough. He not successful enough. He not special enough. But it's the truth to the cap and the lies that don't nobody want to admit because we don't hear it. The world is built on the back of the hardworking average man. They built this month. That's a fact. Not the celebrities, not the millionaires, not the influencers. Yeah, pay attention. Open your ears, hear what I'm saying, and listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. The average man, the man who wakes up every single day, whether he feels like it or not, the man who goes to work, provides, builds, fixes things, protects, sacrifices without applause. You hear me? Limited applause. That man, powerful. Very, very powerful. But the power doesn't come from attention. It comes from something called consistency. Because this is what the young brother displays and portrays. See, the average man has something that is very, very profound and dangerous. Nothing to lose, everything to gain, and everything to build. That's what the average man got. He doesn't rely on hype. He doesn't rely on validation. He doesn't rely on being chosen. The average man steps into the reality of who he is. Greatness. He becomes day by day, brick by brick, struggle by struggle, loss by loss, lesson by lesson. Amazing. These are big, big facts. And if you don't know, here's what makes the average man unstoppable. He can outwork almost anybody. He may not have the most talent, but one thing he will do is show up. When everybody else letting you down, he's showing up, brick by brick. And over time, consistency will beat talent every single time. I seen the hard work overcome what a talented brother relying on, but he not showing up. Average man show up, beat it every single time. He's invisible, and that's his advantage. You're sleeping. You're not paying attention. You're not watching. And nobody's expecting anything from him. Because what? He's average. But guess what that means? No spotlight, no pressure, no distractions. But here it is, he can quietly build a life that most people only talk about. He can build that. He can work towards that. He can focus on that and make that happen. He understands what struggle is. Because everybody else living around they mighty, mighty hog and they mighty, mighty horse. He been rejected. He been overlooked. He been undervalued. That's what he goes through. But instead of that breaking him, he stayed the course. It sharpens him. His focus, his disposition, his discipline. All of that create a certain level of power that gives him an advantage that people are invisible of and they can't see it. He's working on building something real, a real value system, not just about what we hear about every single day, which is money. We're talking about a skill set. We're talking about strengths. We're talking about a certain level of knowledge. We're talking about a certain level of resilience to give that brother the courage and the power that nobody can take that from him. Because it's in him. It's not on him. And he walking in his truth. But we know everybody in the world is so above average and they so perfect. We know this. But I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the average brothers. And what I learned is a lot of the average brothers do not realize their power. They get distracted. They compare themselves to the people with the images. And there's a possibility that they chase validation instead of chasing their purpose. And a lot of times they get overwhelmed and they quit before they even see what they could achieve. And I'm going to tell you something real. You don't need to be extraordinary to live an extraordinary life. You just need to maximize being yourself on a consistent basis. Maximize it. Because the man who improves himself 0.5% every single day is going to eventually destroy the man that's doing nothing. So a lot of people just talk. A lot of yappers. They talk big, they talk heavy. Vocabulary is impeccable, undeniable. But they lazy. And they cap. So if you out there and you feel average, good. Great. That means you will always have room to grow. And you're not that perfect man that everybody's so damned to be. Nobody making $10,000 a month is just not enough money in today's economy when only 13% of the population making more than 18% making more than $100,000. But you are underrated, which means your story is still being experienced and still being written. The average man decides who he becomes. Not the society, not women, not money, not status. Him.